All right, guys, so we got some breaking news to cover here as Will Smith has been banned from the Oscars for a period of 10 years after slapping Chris Rock on stage. Now, this comes as there's been a whole lot of speculation as to what the punishment will be for Will Smith for assaulting the Oscars host on stage because his wife is a bad person, right? That's basically the gist of the story, okay? As leading up to this announcement from the Oscars, everybody was kind of waiting to see what would happen. There's been a whole lot of embarrassment for Will Smith because a lot of people have psychoanalyzed and done a deep dive into the man's relationship with his wife, okay? And trying to figure out why in the world did this happen, okay? What could drive a man to go on stage and to assault somebody over a joke about his wife, okay? And there's been opinions on both sides of the spectrum, right? The same people have said that, hey, this is wrong. What Will Smith did was assault, okay? And he should be punished for what he did, right? They're not making excuses for him. They're saying, this is just wrong, 100%, okay? And then you have some other people on the other side of the aisle that, they claim they're not making excuses. They claim that they're not trying to defend him, but they're saying that, well, he was defending his wife, right? He was defending a black woman. And, Will Smith did this, again, in defense of his wife. And, there's some people who went as far as to say that this is because of 400 years of slavery and oppression of black folks, and that, white people shouldn't speak on this issue and blah, 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 blah. There's been all types of crazy takes on this situation. And all of those crazy takes are coming from people who don't think that Will Smith should be punished, okay? They don't think he should face any consequences for his actions. And Will Smith has apologized, even though he wasn't really all that apologetic when it first happened, okay? But, he did apologize. Chris Rock has kind of spoke out on it. He basically says he's still processing what's going on. Chris Rock's brother said something about it. We have rumors that, Jada Pinkett Smith is basically saying that, hey, I wish it didn't happen, right? Even though I couldn't tell when she was sitting there laughing after he did it, okay? And that he knows that he overreacted, right? That she agrees that he overreacted, even though she's not really mad that he did it, okay? Because, of course, she wanted him to do it. That's why. So Will Smith has now allegedly checked himself into rehab because he's having a hard time dealing with this situation and the fact that his career could be over, okay? He's going to have a hard time getting prominent roles in movies moving forward. And that's basically the last bit of information that we had leading up to this announcement from the Oscars. Now, there was a whole lot of speculation in regards to what the punishment could be. Some people were saying they could take away the Oscar. Some people were saying it was going to be a lifetime ban from the Oscar. He could be sued from the Academy. There was all types of options on the table in regards to punishment, okay? So this announcement is kind of the climax of this whole situation. So let's go ahead and read about it and see exactly the details of this ban. Will Smith has been banned from attending the Academy Awards for the next decade after slapping Chris Rock during the ceremony last month. On Friday, the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts, and Sciences called Smith's behavior unacceptable in a letter to organization members and said the recently mentioned Academy Award winner would not be allowed to attend any events or programs hosted by the group for 10 years. Now, that's interesting because I wonder if that means that he can't be nominated for an Oscar. Like how does that work? Let's say, maybe 3 years from now, nobody cares about this anymore, and he starts getting roles in movies again, okay? And, he gets an Oscar. How does that work? Is he going to receive it virtually? Right? I mean, how does that work? I really don't understand. Maybe he can win an Oscar. He just can't attend the ceremony. Maybe that's how it works. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not into Hollywood stuff. This is the most I've talked about Hollywood stuff because, again, it's a big story. So forgive me if I'm ignorant on some of this stuff. I don't know how it works. Quote, this action we are taking today in response to Will Smith's behavior is a step towards a larger goal of protecting the safety of our performers and guests and restoring trust in the Academy. The Academy wrote in a letter to members obtained by NBC News. I mean, if you really wanted to protect the safety of the performers and the guests, you would have had Will Smith leave at the time, okay, or arrested, okay? That's what you would have done, because apparently the initial rumors was that they did ask Will Smith to leave, but he refused. But then after that, the real story came out, and apparently that was never really an option for him to leave. They weren't really asking him to leave. Okay, so they were using kid gloves on Will Smith the whole time because, Will Smith is a part of the Hollywood elite. He's a part of the good old boys club, right? And because he's not a normal person like any of us, he didn't really face any real punishment in terms of, going to jail, getting arrested, like the rest of us would if we had went on stage and smacked Chris Rock like that, okay? So even with this punishment, he's still kind of getting off easy in my opinion. Initially, the Academy's board was set to convene on April 18th to discuss possible disciplinary action and to determine if the actor should be banned or suspended from the organization. However, last week, Smith resigned from the Academy, calling his actions shocking, painful, and inexcusable in a public statement. Smith confronted Rock on stage after he made a joke about the close crop hair of Jada Pinkett Smith, Smith's wife, who has alopecia, a skin condition that can result in hair loss. After striking Rock, Smith returned to his seat and screamed profanities at his fellow star. The Los Angeles Police Department was ready to arrest Smith at the award ceremony Sunday, according to a producer of the show, but Rock declined to press charges. The Academy has said that Smith refused to leave the ceremony after he struck the comedian. However, there are conflicting reports about whether Smith was actually asked to leave or if it was just suggested that he depart before his award category was called. No, they definitely weren't trying to get the guy to leave, right? They were going to be soft on him because, again, he's a part of the club. Smith apologized to the Academy and his fellow nominees during his acceptance speech for the Best Actor award, which he won for his portrayal of Richard Williams in King Richard. He apologized to Rock via social media the day after the ceremony. Rock, meanwhile, has refrained from commenting too deeply on the slap. He told a crowd at a comedy show last week in Boston that he was still processing what happened. Now, this is the full letter from the Academy here. Let's actually read this. The 94th Oscars was meant to be a celebration of many individuals in our community who did incredible work this past year. However, those moments were overshadowed by the unacceptable and harmful behavior we saw Mr. Smith exhibit on stage. During our telecast, we did not adequately address the situation in the room. For this, we are sorry. This was an opportunity for us to set an example for our guests, viewers, and our Academy family around the world, and we fell short, unprepared for the unprecedented. Today, the Board of Governors convened a meeting to discuss how best to respond to Will Smith's actions at the Oscars in addition to accepting his resignation. The board has decided for a period of 10 years from April 8th, 2022, Mr. Smith shall not be permitted to attend any Academy events or programs in person or virtually, including but not limited to the Academy Awards. So I guess to answer my question about whether or not he could accept the Oscar virtually, I guess not. We want to express our deep gratitude to Mr. Rock for maintaining his composure under extraordinary circumstances. We want to also thank our hosts, nominees, presenters, and winners for their poise and grace during our telecast. This action we're taking today in response to Will Smith's behavior is a step towards a larger goal of protecting the safety of our performers and guests and restoring trust in the Academy. We also hope this can begin a time of healing and restoration for all involved and impacted. All right, so basically, I mean, this seems to be the climax of the whole Will Smith story. The Oscars has banned him for 10 years. It's not a lifetime ban, but 10 years, I mean, that's a decade. Will the Oscars be around in a decade? I don't know, right? Will they fail in ratings? Who knows? Because nobody really watches anymore. And the only reason people talk about Oscars is because of this whole Will Smith thing, right? If that had not happened, nobody would be talking about it. So with that being said, hey, for the Oscars, it is a bad look, but maybe people will be interested in it next year. Who knows, right? Maybe more people will watch it next year. I don't know. But regardless of that, I hope that Will Smith, moving forward from this situation, seriously considers leaving his wife, right? I really do. I hope he considers leaving his wife and, starting out a new life or whatever and finding some peace, because it is very obvious to me that she kind of drove a lot of this stuff to happen with their toxic relationship, especially considering all the things that we've learned about their relationship over the past weeks. So with that being said, hopefully this is the end of this, okay? Because I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. I'm kind of tired of talking about it, but there's stuff that keeps coming out every single day. I think that this is the end, but we will see. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.